Hello everyone, I'm Vikramaditya here. Welcome to Softech. And one question that every one of us have that in mind is what would be the effect of Corona in our day-to-day life? Especially, I'm talking about the SAP jobs here. If you're already working on SAP world, then what would be happening to my job? Will I be getting appraisals? Will I be getting hikes or promotions? And the second thing is, will I have my job in place, or will I lose a job? And then the third one is like, if you're trying for jobs, you have already done the training and looking for the jobs, will I get the jobs in the future or not? And those who are planning to learn SAP because they already have a kind of a danger in their own career, then what would happen? Like, if I get trained right now in the lockdown, will I get jobs after the lockdown is the question that everyone has in their mind. Now, so for all these things, I'll try to answer all these things in different videos that I'll be sharing across in the future. But right now, I'll be giving you the actual statistics of what's happening in the world in the SAP field. And remember, SAP has gone through many such kind of issues that they have faced in the past 48 years. And in these 48 years, they have always emerged as a leader. They have gone through the challenges. They have faced a lot of challenges across the world, and even after that, it's still there as a leader. So they know how to handle the situation when we have this kind of a drastic kind of a situations. Maybe not a pandemic, but they know how to handle it, and they will stand as a winner. I'm very sure about it because I am associated with SAP from almost now 16 plus years. So let's move on and understand the statistics, and let me give you the update of this SAP jobs and how it is going to be affected in the future. Now, the first and foremost thing that I would like to share it with you is the solid start to 2020 amidst COVID-19 crisis. So the total revenue and operating profits up, free cash flow up to 9%. And this is a very healthy improvement because 90% of the organizations, companies across the world are in huge losses because of the COVID-19 crisis. And corona virus has affected all the businesses across the world very badly. But amidst all these things, we have a very good positive growth in SAP's quarterly statement. We have total revenues up by 29%, and the cloud revenue is 27%. Then we have this current cloud backlog 25%, total revenue 7%, and the 1.2 billion profit has been increased. So net profit is increased to 1.2 billion. That would be somewhere around 1.5 billion dollars. This is in billion, 1.2 billion euros, and it's close to somewhere around 1.5 billion dollars. And coming to the Indian currency, rupees, it will be somewhere around 9,000 crores approximately, somewhere roughly like that. So these are the profits we have. And we have non-IFRS profits again have been increased to 1.5 billion. It's up 1%. And this is a very strong increase. So the EPS increased very strongly by 0.68, and the operating cash flow has been up by 6%, and the free cash flow by 9%. Now the cloud revenue is like up by 29%, and non-IFRS up by 27%. The total revenues have been increased by 7%. The non-IFRS have been increased from 7% again. The cloud and software revenue has been increased by 7%. Non-IFRS again increased by 6%. Operating profit, we have 1210, and the non-IFRS has been increased by 1%. So these are the rough statistics which I'm sharing with you just to understand that there is a positive growth. But I'm not saying that in the future maybe this will not affect. It will definitely affect it, but how far SAP will be able to handle that situation is up to SAP, because SAP, whenever there are serious challenges of the business getting losses in the future, they immediately came up with some or the other innovative ideas with which we can bring in again the profit to the organization and make it more stronger and stronger after every challenge. So SAP right now is planning for a complete automation of an enterprise in which a single person can operate the entire organization. Whether it's to start off with the electric power start in the organization, to manufacturing and delivery goods. Everything can be automated and automated by the connectivity between the SAP software and the Internet of Things, like various objects that we have in the organization. With the help of Internet of Things, SAP is planning to integrate everything in an enterprise in such a way that a particular person can manage the entire industry with a single laptop, so something, or a single mobile phone. This is something which was always a dream for many organizations, but SAP is going to make it reality in a very very soon. They have already run some pilot projects on it and did well actually. So it's going to automate. But yes, when we automate a lot of things, then the manpower which who do the hard jobs might lose their jobs. But coming to the SAP perspective and the software perspective, we are going to increase the number of openings, increase number of opportunities that we have, because it would the more automation means the more kind of customization is required, more number of people working on the software are required. So due to this pandemic, on the whole, every industry is going to affect, but finally end of this pandemic, the one industry which might get benefited out of this is software field, because most of the things will become online. Most of the things become being available through your mobile phones or a laptop. So everything will become related to software. So you cannot skip the usage of software in anything in your life. So it becomes like purchasing something, or viewing something, learning something. Everything that you talk about will become online. So we'll have huge growth in the software field, especially in the SAP field. We will have the growth, but how far SAP is going to manage those things and able to generate the employment is still to be known, because I'll be updating you in the future very soon. So the most important thing is the share of more predictable revenue reached 76% in the first quarter of 2020. That's almost 4 percentage points. So SAP already started very aggressively working upon the situation. SAP is very clear about what is going to happen in the future, next coming few months, and I'm going to update you all the latest news from the SAP perspective and from the jobs perspective, because my focus is on the jobs. I'm not focused much on the revenue part. I'm sharing this revenue part just to make you understand that it's very very stable as of now. SAP organization is very stable, and they are going to make their partners also very stable, and they're going to work out very well in some or the other way. I'm very sure about it. And so it's already started its work in towards this COVID-19 pandemic. So SAP remains focused on supporting the customers, employees and communities during this pandemic. And SAP moved quickly to adopt a virtual sales and a remote implementation strategy to enable the large majority of its employees to work productively from home, and a continuation of its focus on current customers and the addition of new ones. So current customers and addition of few works, most of you might have a doubt in their mind that uh, that if all the businesses are going to be in losses in the coming few months or years, who is going to implement SAP? Remember, any changes happen in the throughout the world, there'll be new businesses, new enterprises suddenly emerging out of all these issues. So for example, like there are certain fields where business is happening extremely well, better than any other time. Like for example, like we have couple of fields. Let's take, for a simple reason, like um, kind of maybe the groceries, or say the masks. If you say, if a company manufacturing masks has a high demand which wasn't there just few months back. So I'm giving you an example wherein, like, there are some organizations, there are some fields wherein the business might very aggressively grow in the coming few months, and SAP knows it very well, and they are going to make it work the way it has to. So to ensure the company's financial flexibility, SAP is slowing hiring and reducing discretionary spend, in addition to natural savings from lower travel and virtual rather than the physical events. So SAP is has put on hold the physical hiring of the people, but may start the virtual hiring of the people, and making people work virtually. So it might be possible. I'll update you in very soon, in a few days. And SAP is providing solutions to address many of the issues faced by the customers and the broader business community. Now, there are some organizations which needs to be maintained at this pandemic, like the groceries, supplying the groceries, the chain of stores which sells the basic products for the survival of people. So all this needs to be taken care, and yes, there is a very positive hope. I can say hope, and definitely we are going to win out of this situation together. I'm going to soon come back with a most important information about the SAP jobs. Whenever there is an update, I'm going to inform you. And remember, there are more than 13,000 plus SAP partners who have to hire. Lot of projects are on hold, and the revenue generation is very less. But in this, we still have a very positive hope. And those who are planning for training, I would suggest let them go for training. I suggest go for training, but do not invest huge amounts, like uh, uh, invest a very considerably less amount. I mean, like, and then I suggest, like, if at all, if you have time, you update to latest skills and practice what is already been there for you, what's already learned by you in the past. And I'm sure it's going to be good in the future. Let's hope for the best, and I'll update you very soon about the SAP jobs, which organization is hiring how many people in what way. So we are going to come up with that. All the organizations are in discussion of how to conduct the business, and whether if they have to hire the people, how do they hire. So it will definitely take a few days to decide, and to hire the people, to start hiring the people. It might take few months as well. I'll update you about all the SAP jobs, but those who are working in SAP, be positive. Your jobs are going to be there for at least for few months. So I mean, like, for sure. So I hope, like, everything goes well, and you are going to have your jobs. And those who are applying for the jobs have to wait for few months, but I'd suggest these few months they need to update themselves to latest ones. and we have to go ahead with automation process in this. So if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe at youtube.com/Softech. And if at all, if you are looking out for any kind of trainings, you can contact us at training@jhsafety.com. During this pandemic, we have reduced our training costs a lot, and by taking minimal minimal fees, we are providing very good trainings, and do contact us for more details about it. And if at all, if you are looking out for jobs after the pandemic, then you can mail us at jobs@jhsafety.com, and I'll soon come back with more updates on SAP jobs and SAP future and SAP career, and after this pandemic or during the pandemic as well. And all the updates, I'm going to come back very soon in few days once I get the exact updates from SAP and other partners from other partners across the globe. So remember that the more than 13,000 partners who are like associated with SAP, and they do implementation support projects, rollout projects, and migration projects, and all this stuff. So I'm sure everyone is concerned about their future, their career, their life after this pandemic or even during the pandemic. So I'll clearly give you all the updates very soon in the coming days. Thank you. Have a safe stay at home.